Coming up on this edition of Mhs Rewind, we'll look back to this year's winter musical. We'll have an exclusive interview with new changes coming to the district.
Sports, the dance team just had their state competition. The swim team wraps up their year on a strong note. And the boys basketball reflects on their season. Good afternoon, MHS. I'm Mia Boyd.
And I'm Alex Dilly. We'll talk about all these stories and more coming up next on Mhs Rewind. The board has been hard at work discussing how to make education better and more enjoyable for their students. Addison Ford, Maya Lewis, and Ruben Merle got an inside look.
Big changes are coming to the district, not only to benefit students, but to benefit the community as well as future artisans. Within the next 5 years, the school district will have 3 new buildings, a new elementary school, an auditorium, and a new outdoor locker room.
Well, we did a facility assessment on all the buildings in the district, and we have old buildings. The newest one was 1990, that was South Elementary. And all the others are much, much older. And it was going to cost so much money just to upgrade them. It costs more to upgrade the other buildings than to build a new elementary. So we thought it would be best to do a little consolidating and build a new elementary, send more kids there. We've been needing a new pool for 10, 15 years easily. So we're going to have a new pool that will be for the high school, but also for the community, which we think is a great thing. So we'll have a community involvement opportunity there. So that's exciting. And then we're going to have one of our outbuildings here at the high school, new locker rooms and stuff that's going to be built as well.
This project is backed by many in the district in the hopes that it will better support MSD students in the long run.
We want what's best for the kids, so it's time for a new elementary building, and then redistrict and get the enrollments balanced out and things like that. So I just very happy that the district has the vision to move forward and not just stay status quo.
These changes are big and change can be scary, but this is what the board believes is best for the kids and their education moving forward, giving them new technology and the best environment to learn.
At the end of the day, as a parent, that's what I want. And I happen to have 3,883 kids that are mine, that I feel responsible for. And the board feels the same way. We want to give them the best opportunity possible.
The MHS Music Wing has just finished up their final performance of Little Shop of Horrors. Let's take a look at how some cast members felt they did. Here's Kaylee Maxwell on more information.
The 2025 winter musical Little Shop of Horrors has just wrapped up its performances. All cast members and everyone else involved in the musical has worked so hard to prepare for the show. Let's take a look at Landon Houston's favorite part in the show.
I think my favorite part of the show is the first scene that I'm in. It's a song called Dentist, and I just come out there and I start talking about how I shoot puppies with BB guns and shoot nitrous oxide, so it's really just a good time.
Let's talk to Kendall Turner about some of the strongest parts in the show.
Personally, I think that the strongest part of the production is in fact the Mushnick and Son tango choreography. I think that the 2 in my cast did very well and that they couldn't have done much better.
Not only did the cast do great, but Nico Inman specifically had some things he wants to improve on.
Probably just enthusiasm. I think as a group we could all be more lively sometimes, but that's just as a whole. I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that are really good at that.
Great job to all the cast and crew for putting on this amazing show. Stay tuned for shows in the future and don't be afraid to even try out or participate in some way. And remember, don't eat the plant. For Mhs Rewind, I'm Kaylee Maxwell.
Habitat for Humanity just finished up with their 58th home build. Hank Fields has more.
Habitat for Humanity just finished up their 58th home build in January of 2025. This home went to the Kaufman family. Jesse and Brittany are loving parents of 5, Ethan, Evan, Emma, Ella, and Eli, with a baby on the way.
Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit. We partner with families who otherwise would not be able to afford a home. They have to fall within a certain income range, and they have to have pretty good credit scores because they are going to pay back for the house. It's not a free house, but it is an interest-free mortgage. And so we work with them to make the mortgage affordable so they can become homeowners.
Martinsville High School and Habitat for Humanity started this build in fall of 2024 and finished it in January of 2025, taking only 13 Saturdays to complete.
They do learn skills on site. We had actually, for the first time, the students put in the flooring. So now we have students that know how to do flooring, as well as painting and a number of other things.
I'm sure with Habitat for Humanity starting their 59th home later this year, I'm sure it'll be even better than this one. For MHS Rewind, I'm Hank Fields.
The JAG class got recognized for multiple awards at the Career Development Conference. I was able to talk to them about their recent success.
On February 13th, Ms. Kramer and a few of her students went to CDC and got awarded for their hard work. Maggie Farron, Jessie Wallace, and Gracie West all got first place for creative decision making. Let's take a listen to see how they were able to prepare and get the opportunity to go.
We had a project. We all got to choose what project we were doing. So some people did a brochure, some people did what we did, creative decision making, and we had to make a video. So we made a video on anti-drug abuse, and it got submitted to the judges, and they enjoyed it. So that's how we got into regionals. We placed in the finals for that.
When they arrived to regionals, they were given a scenario, a poster board, and a time limit of 30 minutes. In those 30 minutes, the girls had to create a toolkit for newcomers out of high school who needed a job. The judges enjoyed their project once again and are now sending them to state.
Well, because Jessie Wallace, Gracie West, and Maggie Farron came in first place at the regional level, they automatically go to the state level to compete against other groups that also came in first place. They will compete in the same category that they chose, which is creative decision making. If they have the opportunity to win that first place, they will also go to nationals.
Not only did Maggie, Gracie, and Jessie achieve an award, but Nate Kramer came in second place for his digital invitation and cover design, and MHS JAG as a whole came in third place for its social media accounts.
Reagan Knapp, which is a senior of Martinsville High School, she was in charge of the social media apps and to upload pictures of guest speakers, events that we did, class projects, our JAG ceremony, just different things that we've done in here. And that gave us the opportunity to promote JAG within our own community. And so in the regional level, we placed third.
JAG is an overall amazing class that sets up students for success.
You get to meet a lot of new people, and you get to learn stuff like taxes, having a bank account, buying a car, and then a lot of guest speakers come in and they'll talk about college or the military or what you want to do after high school.
If you ever need help on what to do in life after high school or need help in any of those aspects, please consider taking JAG, and best of luck to JAG at State. For MHS Rewind, I'm Mia Boyd.
Quiz Bowl is going to state this year. Here's Logan Smith with an inside look.
Quiz Bowl is a competition, a lot like Jeopardy, but it's team-based like Family Feud.
Quiz Bowl is an academic competition, some call it a game or competition, where basically as a team you go and you're answered a series of questions from assorted subjects, it could really be anything, and you, if you know the answer to the question, you buzz with a buzzer, and if you get it right, then you get points for your team.
It will be a reader who will have a paper and they'll read a question, and then the longer they read, the less vague the answer will get. So for example, one of the answers could be triangle, and then at the very beginning, they'll say the most randomest thing ever about if it came from Greek or its Greek name, and then at the end, it'll be like, for 10 points, name this three-shaped figure.
Competitive teams in Indiana, they're just on a whole other level. So there's definitely some teams that are easier to beat, but sometimes it's really, really competitive.
There are 4 total people on one team, and you compete against other teams.
You get asked a variety of questions in different topics like history, science, math, literature, and you compete head-to-head to be the first person to answer a given question. A lot of the other competitions like Super Bowl are a lot slower. You have a timer, everyone has the same timer, you wait until the timer's up, then you see the answer. With Quiz Bowl, the first person to know it is rewarded with the points. So there's this constant tension in the room because any of the 8 students in the room can buzz in and try and answer a question at any given time, and you never know who that might be. You can have an idea about who knows science the best, who knows literature the best, but you can always be surprised by another student buzzing in early to try and catch that point.
There's a variety of topics from Greek philosophy to pop culture.
You'll hear all about it, they'll give more examples, and then we'll talk about when we want to start meeting weekly, and then you'll start meeting weekly and just kind of learn more as you go on. So you'll show up, we'll do a few practice rounds, and then you just kind of, if you stick with it, you go to competitions.
Any students out there that feel like they have really, really deep specific knowledge on a specific subject, like if they love science, they go home, they like to read science books, watch science documentaries, or learn about old English texts, things like that. If you have a very subject-specific interest, then you would probably be a good fit for that.
If you are interested in Quiz Bowl, I think it's such a fun experience. It's such an amazing team, and I've made so many great memories doing it, and I've had so much fun.
The academic Quiz Bowl team are state qualifiers for the 2nd year in a row. The people at Quiz Bowl are constantly looking for new people to add to their team. If you wish to participate, contact Dr. Caleb Bright-Hughes. For Mhs Rewind, I'm Logan Smith.
Vex Robotics held a competition a couple weekends ago to help promote robotics amongst the younger generation. Lucas Edwards, Andrew Sylvester, and Quinn Sparenblick delved deeper into the motives behind it.
About 2 weekends ago, Vex Robotics held a competition here in Martinsville High School that involved students from as young as 3rd grade coming in with their own homemade robots and competing at the level of middle school and high school students. This competition was held to promote the robotics club here in Martinsville's younger generation of students that might be wondering how robotics can help them.
Some of the students did go above and beyond, and you could tell which ones spent a little more time on the build process and had some innovative ideas, but we're proud of all the elementary schools. They did a great job.
And along with creativity and competitiveness, robotics does a great job of helping young men and women develop structure in their young lives and teach them how to be responsible adults, as well as to be role models for when it's time to inspire the next generation of creators and dreamers.
The kids were engaged, and it's nice for them to see the middle school and the high school Vex V5 robots, so they can see that where their learning is going to take them as they get older.
And while some did show their devotion and talent for making robotics through their robots at this competition, there are undoubtedly others who are now more likely to feel motivated and challenged to continue designing and building in robotics, thus completing the goal of the competition and sparking a fire of creativity in the younger generations here in Martinsville.
And now the applied skills where they can come in and really work with this. So it's getting all learners, and that's my biggest drive, is to get all learners to understand that robotics is nothing that you have to stand off with. It's something that you can grow with.
This competition has shown just a little creative spark and competitive drive can lead to great things. Some may in the future grow into engineers, scientists, and dreamers of work we haven't even thought possible before. This generation will prove key to the advancement of humanity, and Vex is helping to inspire creativity and promoting healthy structure through their program. For Mhs Rewind, I'm Quinn Sparenblick.
The MHS Dungeons & Dragons Club is a club where anyone can go on a great quest with nothing but some dice and imagination. Here's Kaylee Rito for more details.
Slaying beasts, adventuring, magic, living stories that make even your dreams seem boring. How could this be done? The Dungeons & Dragons Club.
So the D&D Club is where a bunch of students get together. We play games together. Usually Dungeons & Dragons is the most common one, but we've got several different tabletop style games that we could play. But we divide up into different tables, different groups, and they just play games until it's time to go home.
On the student side, the D&D Club has a student club president to help run things.
But as president, I check in with people, I do attendance, I do potentially a lot of secretary work. I'll help people plan out their characters, help them run their characters, especially if they're new. I play D&D because it's a good outlet for my creativity that isn't writing, and it's something that I can like play test and see how that works in a world that I'm given as like a prompt. It's a way for me to experiment with combinations of like races and like a character construct put together to see if this would actually work in like a different setting. It's also a good way for me to draw because I tend to make all of my characters through my art, so it's just an easy way to connect like a couple different things that I enjoy.
Any tabletop roleplay game needs someone to keep the game moving, and that someone is the DM or Dungeon Master.
So as a DM, I write, organize, and build a game that I then lead my characters through. So it's kind of a storytelling role, but it's also, you know, trying to balance your characters, their character sheets, you know, the story itself. You can't be too strict, but you also can't be too loose because they could get off track, but you also want them to be able to, you know, show their creativity as a player. I play D&D just because it's a fun hobby that I enjoy. You know, I enjoy game building, but I also enjoy, you know, hanging out with people. I enjoy getting to play a part of this fantasy world. I enjoy just building characters, looking at all your maps, thinking of the story and going throughout the story. It's like reading a book, but you're a part of it. To a new player who's never played and is, you know, kind of hesitant about joining because of that, I just say, you know, that we're really accepting. I mean, we're willing to work with just about anyone. We have a couple of different campaigns set up, for some for beginners, some for people who've been playing, you know, all their lives. We're really accepting, and we're open to helping anyone learn how to play.
But to join the club, all you have to do is we have flyers that go up at the beginning of the year. There's a Google Classroom code. Fill that out, join a table, and then essentially, if you have dice, bring those and just have fun playing the game.
Spots aren't always available, but when they are, keep an eye out for posters around the school to join. While dragons and great heroes' tales may be fictional, the camaraderie sure won't be at the Dungeons & Dragons Club. For Mhs Rewind, I'm Kaylee Rito.
The MHS Choir and Orchestra have been bringing home the hardware and representing the talent at MHS. Cadence Tinsley has more.
Orchestra has done a phenomenal job performing at the recent competitions, including the Isthmus State Solo and Ensemble competition, winning 20 medals.
It was really fun. It was a very long day, getting up at 5:30, getting at the school at 6:30, doing an hour-long bus ride, and staying all day, and then working all day. But it was really nice seeing everybody finally getting to compete, getting their golds that they deserved. It was also nice getting my own solo gold with distinction.
Orchestra isn't the only one who's been going to competitions and bringing home the hardware. The MHS Choir has also performed their Isthmus Solo and Ensemble, winning 63 gold medals. All of the gold medalists competed at the state finals on February 22nd.
Isthmus Solo and Ensemble, I think, is really important because it gives the students a chance to sing for someone else who's not their voice teacher or their choir teacher and get feedback so they can kind of go, oh yeah, those are the things that we've been working on, and it kind of affirms, yes, I've mastered some of these concepts, and you know, these are the things I still need to keep working on. Even the kids who get silver or bronze, it's an accomplishment just to go in, because some of the kids have never sung for anyone besides me maybe before, or their voice teacher. So it takes a lot of nerve to get up in front of a complete stranger and sing a solo.
After getting a silver last year, I was kind of like really upset with myself because I definitely thought I could have done better. I didn't expect the score I got this year. I got 0.5 away from a perfect, which is really surprising, but it just really shows how my hard work has paid off.
Both choir and orchestra have worked extremely hard and have overcome many challenges to improve their performances.
I like seeing our students overcome their weaknesses. You know, the struggle is the practice, so going again and again and again. So I enjoy that process.
We all have a good time. We work hard, and that's part of the reason that we enjoy being here, is just the working hard and the effort and the rewards that working hard pays.
More than anything, choir, orchestra, and band have enjoyed their cross-collaboration with each other. They have a lot of fun together while working hard and achieving their goals.
I'm just really proud of our high schoolers. We have such great music programs. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I didn't have such a wonderful department to work with Mr. Samarja and Mr. Belt. I'm really proud of the band kids and the choir kids and all the shows and all the competitions.
The music department are some of the hardest workers in the building. Keep an eye out for all the exciting performances they continue to do throughout the year and the next. For MHS Rewind, I'm Cadence Tinsley.
And now we'll toss it over to Hank Fields for sports.
Thanks, guys. It's time to dive into the latest in sports. The swim team season has officially come to a close. Liam Ralph has the story.
Recently, the boys team traveled to Franklin and competed in sectionals. The competition was fierce, but our team showed determination, with many swimmers putting up quick times or even personal bests.
Oh, excellent. I mean, we had a lot of personal bests from several of our freshmen, and our junior Logan Elliott, he had a great 100 back. So, and we set personal bests in all of our relays. So, I mean, that's what we're looking for, is a good team effort, and our relays are showing that. So the team's coming together.
I performed good. I was hoping for a little bit more in my time drops, but I think at this point in the season, we're all worn out. You just got to go out there and give it all you got, and if you get drops, you get drops, and you just got to take them and roll with them. And come Saturday, just come in with a fresh mindset and just think, oh, it's a new race, new time, and you can always drop more Saturday.
I feel I performed great. There could have been some stuff that should have been changed, but can't change it now, so you just got to try harder.
Throughout the season, it was clear that the team's success wasn't just due to the individual performances. It was the support, trust, and motivation that helped push them to achieve their goals.
I think it helps most at practice. Whenever you're kind of feeling down, you don't want to do the workout, but you have your teammates around you to encourage you to do better and push yourself.
Throughout the season, everybody's sort of grown closer as time's gone by for each meet, and cheering each other on, hearing each other cheering for you while you're racing. It's definitely a good, booster on your morale.
I think having a bigger team this year and having more people, there's more people to feed off of, and more people to it's just when you have more guys, I just feel that we get each other more and we're tighter as a team on the guys' side when there's more people.
While swimming is often seen as an individual sport, the artists prove that it's just as much about teamwork.
Well, I mean, the relays are a team effort, so they got to work together in their timing. But in swimming, they got to share a lane. They got to work together in the pool. They got to push each other. So every time we can put the right pair of swimmers together to team up and swim faster, that's what we're going to do. So I mean, we each drive. Everybody drives themselves. They're all working to be in these relays, because that's the big thing they want to do at sectionals, is be on that relay team.
Though the season ended at sectionals, the team finished strong, with several swimmers making it to finals and setting personal bests. The team is still young, and the swim team has a very promising future. The artists should be proud of what they have accomplished, and the sky's the limit for this upcoming team. For MHS Rewind, I'm Liam Ralph.
The dance team has just wrapped up their season at state. Gavin Long, Blake Roth, and Isaac Gillum have more.
The MHS dance team just wrapped up their season. Let's take a look on how they did.
We've had a lot of injuries. A lot of people with shoulder problems, hips problems, but I'm really happy to say that they all really pushed through and worked hard.
One of my personal goals was making it to state with my solo, and I did that this year, and also just making it to state with all of our dances.
A standout on the team was Maddie Yarnell, making it all the way to state for her solo.
We've had a lot of motivational problems. We've ran a lot of laps and done a lot of things to get us to where we are right now.
With a lot of new faces on the team, they still continued their success, placing third in state.
Probably making it to state, it was rough trying to get there, especially because we have a bunch of new freshmen on the team. But we did make it, and we placed third, so I think it's an accomplishment for this year.
It was another great year for the MHS dance team, making it to state all 4 years and placed in those 4 years. For Isaac Gillum and Gavin Long and the rest of the RTV class, I'm Blake Roth.
Boys basketball team recently played Bloomington South in the second round of sectionals. But before that, Maddox Dilley was able to check in with the team.
The Martinsville boys basketball team wrapped up their regular season with a 5-17 record. And as their season came to an end, they were hit with plenty of bumps and bruises and even sickness.
It's affected us a lot. Right now, for our first sectional practice, we only have 6 kids, so we typically have 12 to 15, so we have a lot of kids injured right now. Hopefully for the sectional game, we can have some kids back and healthy and ready to play.
A handful of players admitted that there needed to be some changes made in how they operate if they want to have a successful postseason.
I think we're all pretty talented compared to other teams, but I think our team chemistry needs to build up a little bit more. I feel like using our talent, if we play together, we'll be able to go a lot further into the tournament.
Well, last year we lost to Bloomington South at Bloomington South last year, and then we played them in the sectional at Bloomington North, and we took a dub against them in sectionals to go to sectional championship. So I think that if we can replicate what we did last year, just playing tougher than them and more together, and I think we could really push the ball fast, so I think that'll help us come out with a dub too.
Regardless of the outcome of the postseason, these players have undoubtedly left their mark on Martinsville basketball, and Martinsville basketball has left a mark on them.
These guys are all my best friends. I've learned a lot from them. I've learned had a lot of fun just hanging out with them, playing with them, the coaches. I've learned a lot of life lessons from them, and then they've taught me a lot just like outside basketball, just how to be a better person.
For Mhs Rewind and Liam Ralph, I'm Maddox Dilley.
That does it for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Hank. That'll do it for this edition of the Mhs Rewind Newscast. From me, Boyd, and the rest of the RTV2 class, I'm Maddox Dilley.
Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and always remember to enjoy the ride.